What is a Nuzlocke, you ask? Pokemon faints it, dies, catch one Pokemon per route, nickname it to set up for emotional trauma. As my name is named after a color, I decided to name my rival green and went on with my adventure. And almost committed a crime after trying to walk into the tall grass without a Pokemon. And after that, this creepy old dude took me into his home and asked me to choose one of his balls. And I chose Squirtle because I have never used it in a playthrough before. Charmander is good, but it's not good for a Nuzlocke, at least for the start. And I've used Bulbasaur multiple times. And then it was time for our first battle. Green's Bulbasaur missed its first attack, and then my Tutel hit a tackle, he hit a tackle, I hit a tackle, a crit, he hit a tackle again, but I came out on top with my Tutel. Then I went to Viridian City, got Oak's parcel and gave it back to him, where I received my Pokédex and some Pokéballs, which I will use to catch some Pokémon as expected. And then it was time for our very first encounter of the run. It turned out to be a Rattata. I was hoping for a Pidgey, but I think a Rattata is gonna be fine, at least for the early game, and I lowered its HP a bit, threw a Pokeball and caught it, and what did I name it? Rat. But then I realized I could have named it something funnier.
Hamster.
And then I might or might not have done something that you guys might not like. Yup, I hacked in rare candies, yup. You know, grinding is not something I would want to do or you would want to see. So I have infinite amount of rare candies, but there's a catch. I always have to be one level under the gym leader's ace. And then it was time for the second encounter of the run, which was a Mankey. I caught it and named it Monkey. And then after stealing this old man's TV from him, I went for my route to encounter, which was a Pidgey. I was so excited for it. It would be so fun to use a flying type Pokemon. And you know, Pidgey is so good just early on, and it would be so much fun to use, but okay. Anyways, our next encounter was a Caterpie. This might not look good, but Butterfree is an amazing encounter for dealing with Team Rocket early on because they have like poison types all around, and then I used my rare candies to level all of my Pokemon up, where we had our first evolution. Then I leveled up all my Pokemon again and had another evolution, then battled the trainer who thought light years was a measurement of time. Then after that I demolished his team with my monkey, which was really fun, and then I made him realize his mistake, and then to fight Brock I put Tutel in the first position and then went on to fight him with my first bubble, which was super effective, and it was a 2-hit KO. And after that he sent out his Onyx, which my little turtle one-shot. That's right, he one-shot a big rock snake, and that's how I earned my first badge. I should also mention that the battle mode is on set mode, which means I cannot switch my Pokemon between battles. I also bought some healings along with some antidotes because in this generation poison kills your Pokemon outside of battle as well, so antidotes are gonna be very handy. And after that I also battled the huge amount of trainers that were on the singular route, which was really bad because like I had to run to the Pokemon Center twice to save my Pokemon. But then as destiny would have it, it happened again. And then after that I bought a Magikarp from this scammer, which I called Serpentine because Gyarados is a Serpentine Pokemon. I know I've been having very creative Pokemon names and you do not need to tell me that. Then after that I caught a Paras and named it Paris. Very creative, I know. And then I proceeded to demolish the whole cave. Also, like, I almost lost my monkey to a super fang by a ratata, which makes no sense. But at last I was saved, and this is the situation where Butterfree would come in handy. But I just used Squirtle instead because it needed some XP. Then I went and battled the guy who had the fossils. I switched into Butterfree for his Grimer because that's what Butterfree is here for, to kill poison types. And after a few confusions, it killed the Grimer. Then the opponent sent out a Voltorb, which I used my Monkey for. And after slaughtering his Voltorb, I bought in Butterfree for coughing and proceeded to murder it as well. Then I chose the Helix fossil because it is the more popular one. I taught my monkey Mega Kick with the help of the tutors outside the cave, and then after that I finally caught a flying type Pokemon, a Spearow, and proceeded to name it Twitter, where you should definitely follow me on. The link is in the description. And then after that it was time for our first travel battle with Green, which my rat just hyper fanged its way through. A rat defeated a turtle, another rat, a bird, an alien looking creature, and a mouse or a frog. I think it's a frog, right? Yup. And that was pretty OP to see. And then after that, I proceeded to slaughter everyone, every single one, and their Pokemon on Nugget Bridge. Earned me a nugget, and then I got another encounter, which turned out to be an Abra, which I threw a Pokeball at and it fled. But anyways, on the next route, I caught a Weedle and named it as anyone would name a Weedle, because Beetle is not good for anything. And then it was time for several evolutions, which included a Fearow, Raticate, and a Gyarados. Misty was afraid of me, but still battled me. I one-shot her Staryu, but then this dreaded Pokemon, the Starmie, Misty's Starmie, came out to battle me and proceeded to confuse my Raticate, then confused my Serpentine, which hurt itself in confusion twice in a row, which was not good at all. And then I threw out my Toothail, which was confused, as you could have guessed, and hurt itself. Nope, it did not. Psych. But when I switched out, Misty healed her Pokemon. And then the Water Pulse did half the damage almost, which I was afraid was a low roll. So I switched into another Pokemon. As you could have guessed, she Water Pulsed again, which made my Peep confused, and I hurt myself again. This was turning out to be a very tough battle. So then Toothail went out, which, almost killed my starter there, which would have been really sad to lose your starter in the very first episode. But after some brainstorming, I used a potion on my Toothail because it's only fair, because she also used a potion. And then she Water Pulsed again, but I was really high on HP, so I just bit the Starmie and threw it into the stratosphere, and that's how I earned my second batch. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.